Hello guys, Colonel Ninny here. How much fuel do you really need? If you don't take enough, you'll be walking home. And if you take too much, the weight of it will dramatically decrease your aircraft's performance. And the longer you fly in unfriendly skies, the greater your chances of being shot down. So what we need to do then is to calculate the minimum fuel load to take with us and then add some as a backup. At full cruise power, the BF-109 burns about 6 liters per minute. So if you were planning a 10-minute flight, you'd need to take at least 60 liters with you. My average flying time on multiplayer servers is 15 to 20 minutes per sortie. So there's no point in carrying around fuel for 2 hours or more. And if you know how long it's going to take you to get there and back, it's easy to calculate your fuel burn. There's a formula we use called speed equals distance over time, and that'll answer the question like how far would you go in 1 minute at 360 kilometers an hour. And here are some other common speeds that you can use in your calculations. So let's transpose this information onto a map. If you're going at 6 kilometers per minute, you can look at the grid squares and calculate how long it's going to take you to cross one of those grid squares. If you use a stopwatch, you'll find that it'll take you about 40 seconds to cross one of the grid squares at 360 kilometers an hour, or at 6 kilometers per minute. Of course, this means that you could cross the group of squares of 0603 to 0604 in about 2 minutes. It's just a rough calculation, but it gives you something to go on. So just how much of a difference does it make to your aircraft's performance? Performance is based on the power to weight ratio. You have a finite amount of power available, but you can choose the weight that you take with you. That comes in the form of fuel and ordnance. Let's compare two aircraft, one with full fuel and one with only 20% fuel. You'll see that at the same climb speed of 290, the aircraft with full fuel can climb at 950 meters per minute. The second aircraft holds the same climb speed but only has 20% of the fuel load. This gives it a sustained climb rate of 1200 meters per minute instead of 950 for a full fuel load. This is a significant difference, and it could greatly affect the outcome of the fight. And the last thing I want to cover here today is what does it mean when the low fuel light comes on? On the BF-109, it means you have about 80 liters of fuel left. So if you divide that by 6 liters per minute, you get about 12 minutes. You can eke that out to almost 20 minutes if you bring the power back to about 1900 and just sort of idle your way back. With a full fuel load and a full bomb load, this Heinkel 111 is not even going to get off the ground. The old fighter pilot credo of altitude is life is very true. And if you have created the advantage of either being able to outclimb or outrun your opponent, then you will certainly live to fly another day. Heavy, slow, lumbering airplanes make great static targets. Of course, how much fuel you decide to take, well, that's entirely up to you. So I get in, I deliver the ordnance, I get the hell out as soon as possible, and good luck if you're trying to catch me on the way home. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, found it helpful, please like it or subscribe or if there's another topic you'd like me to cover, please leave a comment.